What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. Before we get started, if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. On the road to 20k subs. Let's get it. Alright, so hit that like button. Helps with the algorithm. Also hit the notification bell. That way I'll know what I'm uploading. And if you like the music that you hear, the link is in the description. Alright, so I was sent a clip from a subscriber on the video comes for Filipina P, and as you guys know, I've reacted to a couple of her videos. I think these were prior to me getting monetized, but you know, people are still watching them. And Filipina P is going to explain, I guess, the difference between feminism and femininity. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Hi folks, the Filipina P here. Well, I'm gonna get a lot of hate mail on this one, and maybe I shouldn't even open my mouth. But hey, this is YouTube, a place to share views and opinions. I'm sure I'll hear from all the modern feminists and men who think they are somehow defending women's rights by attacking me. But we'll see. The important thing I need to make clear is that I'm not trying to bash Western women. I'm just stating my honest opinion on the situation as I see it. Not all Western women fit the category I'm about to describe, not even close to a majority of them. But there's enough of them in your Western cultures to cause an imbalance in your society.
Now, I have to disagree with her on this one. As much as I love Filipina P, I gotta disagree with her on this one. Filipina P, if you're watching, it is the majority. Yep. You can argue that it may be most. You know what I mean? I probably have to. I mean, if you dig a little deeper and look at the stats, you'll see what I mean. Let's keep it moving.
When it comes to the roles of men and women, something's not right in your homeland anymore, and you feel it in your bones. Now, the textbook definition of feminism is advocating for women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes, which I agree with completely, and I think any sane person does. But this movement has somehow been corrupted and turned into a weapon used against men in the West. To me, modern feminism now appears to be sort of man-bashing and anti-masculinity thing and quest for superior.
Exactly. And I wanted to stop it here because this is one of the things that I see a lot in the comments from especially women that disagree. Oh man, dude, I got my first hate message. I got my first hate DM in Instagram the other night. You know what I mean? And oh my God, I'm gonna read that off to you guys too. I'm gonna do a reaction to that because this is crazy. Like whoever this, I'm assuming it's a woman. Whoever this was that wrote me, I'm telling you, bro, they got issues. Bruh. And they had way too much time on their hands.
That was pathetic.
Let's keep it moving.
Not equal status. Feminism was supposed to be about equal rights, but I thought your culture achieved that decades ago. Maybe I'm behind the times, but what rights do men have in the West that women don't already enjoy? So what's the goal of modern feminism and what has it gotten you? Falling marriage rates, now the lowest on record in the US, to the point where you can't even sustain your own population. Men choosing not to even interact with women at all for fear of losing their job because of a misunderstood comment or an accusation that they're being creepy. Well, men aren't fools, especially after surviving a costly divorce or two, and they realize that marriage to a Western woman, where the divorce courts are usually stacked against the men, just isn't a good deal for them anymore. What's the benefit? More than half of the marriages in the West end in divorce, and the man's usually left with no family, half his assets, if he's lucky, and not even his own kids. You lose. So why are men flooding into Southeast Asia? Well, it's really a question of supply and demand. What do Western men want? Pretty, feminine women who find them desirable and less likely to leave them. What do Filipinos want? Loving, stable men, regardless of age, who will appreciate them and make them feel safe and loved.
Now, I wanted to stop there because notice that she didn't mention anything about these women wanting all this material stuff, just somebody stable and to be loved. Just wanted to point that out. Let's keep it moving.
Well, your part of the world has surplus of available men, and this part of the world has a surplus of feminine women. We have a match, folks. So it's no surprise to see Western men relocating here or bringing a Filipina back to the West.
Don't bring them back here.
Nope.
Don't do it. Let's keep it moving.
But what exactly is more feminine about the Filipina compared to many of today's Western women? Well, a feminine woman has physical features and behaviors that men are biologically attracted to. Long hair, a slender figure, a pleasant, happy personality, a desire to keep herself properly groomed and pleasing to her mate, a culture that includes loyalty to your partner and family, and a sense of responsibility for their happiness. Those things are feminine, and all those things do exist here. Now, some people might try to include submissiveness into the description of a feminine woman and say that Filipinas are somehow robots, slaves, or toys for Western men. Well, in my opinion, those people are just wrong. Sure, there are Filipinas that are too submissive, just like you'd find everywhere else in the world. But feminine does not mean submissive. I consider myself to be very feminine, but I'd only accept a partner who wanted an equal share of control in a relationship. See, I'm a feminist too, when feminism actually means equality. So why are Western feminists less attractive to men? I don't mean to be harsh, but there's obviously a growing epidemic of obesity in the West. It's becoming a problem here too, but hasn't nearly reached the same level. On top of that, many Western women seem to prefer shorter hair, less feminine clothing, and visible tattoos covering large portions of their bodies. Add to that, a more aggressive dominant attitude that's often hostile towards men in general, and what you have is a recipe for disaster. And if that wasn't enough, many of these women also have an inflated sense of entitlement and expect men to adore them no matter their size or attitude. Well, biology just doesn't work like that. You can't demand that someone find you attractive, and most men will simply never be attracted to a morbidly obese woman with a tattoo that says "girl power" across their neck. So what are Western men to do? Stay in his country with women who look and act more and more like men every day, who treat him like a disease instead of a desirable mate?
Nope.
Try to find a woman that hasn't been infected with modern feminism yet?
Nope.
Maybe give up on women altogether.
Nope.
Or he can look to a new country where women are still feminine, attractive, and only want to make him the center of their universe.
Yep.
The choice is yours.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Final thoughts, there were a few things that I wanted to tap in on towards the end. The whole equal partnership. Ah, man, I'm sorry, P. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one too, because that's kind of the problem with relationships in the West, believe it or not. Yeah, because see, here's the issue with that. Because as the man of the house, you carry certain responsibilities where you're going to need the authority. Because as a man of the house, being a woman's man, period, you know, there is an unwritten rule that, I got to be willing to put my life on the line for you. And this is something that I've picked up from Andrew Tate, and it's a very valid point. It's one of the reasons why I stress that men shouldn't be friends with females. Because regardless of the situation, you know what I mean, in times of danger or stress or whatever the case may be, that woman is going to expect you to put your life on the line for her simply because you're the stronger gender.
Yep.
So in that case, why not be with a woman that you're actually intimate with versus somebody you're just friends with? But going back to the whole submissive thing, being submissive is not being a robot. All right. Is feminine, is part of being feminine, being submissive. I mean, I think everybody's gonna have different opinions about that. In my personal opinion, I think it is. Some people may disagree. It is what it is. Now, as far as the obesity, that I do agree with her. It's bad over here. There's more obese women and overweight women than there are men. But the first thing women will do will point the finger at us and say, "Oh, well, y'all overweight and obese too." I'm like, "Yeah, but y'all got us beat."
You stupid.
But I'm glad to see that you guys sent me this. And shout out to Filipina P. I've reacted to a couple of her videos before. She has great content. I'll make sure I leave the link in the description along with her channel being tagged. That'll either be in the title or in the description. Alright. So if you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. And hit the like button because it helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Till the next video, y'all. Deuces.